Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Prunus J-329. It's an AM, FM stereo MP3 portable radio. You can find this selling on Amazon USA for $16.99. Mine had a coupon bringing the price down to $15.29 at the making of this video. I'll have links in the paid link section if you find this radio something you'd want. So let's look at the box. A little interesting. It's got the same graphic everybody loves. Prunus J-329 portable radio. This box actually opens up a little different than most. It opens up. Let me show you the back real quick. Just has contact information. Jinming. Okay. It opens up like this. And there's foam in there. Look at that. That's pretty fancy. They're upping up their game. Yeah. Okay, let me go just put this back together here. Took everything out. Put it over there. What we get? We get to start the show. The 329. Yeah, right away, when I picked this up, I'm like, oh, that's actually nice. It's got curves everywhere. It's smooth. It seems like it'd be very pocket friendly. There's no belt clip on the back. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. All right, cool. What else we get in the box? We get a charging cable. Who would have thought? It's a rechargeable radio, USB-A to USB-C. All right, good to have. People probably have a million of these if you're collectors. We get a lanyard, which isn't black. I don't understand this. Why is it a weird gray color? Why is it not black like the radio? I don't know. If you're gonna do this, do a hot, what do you call that? Hot, what do we call it? I don't know what you call it, radioactive green or something. Or I was gonna say hot pink, but I don't want pink. Or yellow. Yeah, yellow look cool with black. Come on, man, not this. Anyway, but you get it. Next, you get the instructions. Yay! It's like an accordion. Let's open this up for posterity. I always go over them. Yes, I do. So we're just gonna do this. Wait, that's Jeopardy or something, but you get it. So there's all the features. It's a really simple radio, believe it or not. And they market it as a simple radio. It's just interesting that it has so many buttons. I think that it takes the simplicity out of it a little bit, I think. There's some component specifications. If you can freeze frame on that, in case I forget to mention any of that stuff, it's right there. Chink, chink. Done. There's charging it. Beautiful thing, right? Turns green when fully charged. Awesome. Okay. Next page. Okay, I might get copyrighted for that, so I better stop. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty simple. It's got a great MP3 player. It's like the main thing of this radio is the MP3 player, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, it is. It's actually a lot of fun to listen to. Sleep timer, awesome. Headphone jack, of course. Yeah, it's like a stereo. All right, great. Done with that. Yay, let's put the stuff aside. Let's look at the radio. So, we'll go over dimensions. This little bad boy. So, we have a width of 2 1/4 inches. We have a height, top here, the antenna to the bottom of the radio is 4 3/8 of an inch. Then we have a thickness or depth of 3/4 of an inch. So, fairly slim little radio. Loving it. Let's do a size comparison. I brought other little radios from Prunus out to play. Yeah. We have a J-328. I love this thing. I carry it every winter in my vest pocket, pointed forwards, and I jam it. And it's so cool to listen to old-time radio in the middle of winter near Chicago. So this is what I use. I've been using this for years. And it's internal battery. It's lithium. You charge it up and go. There's no way to replace it on this one either. And yeah, I thought it just keeps working though, and it sounds great. It's fantastic. So I enjoy this radio. There you go. And then the next other one I really enjoy is another Prunus radio, the J555. I spent 30 days with this bad boy, and I enjoyed every bit of it. That means I only listened to FM and AM on that radio only, and it was quite an experience. And I feel that they kind of wanted to merge these two products into this. It's kind of what they wanted to do. Though this is great at doing one thing, and this is great at doing one thing. So you got to ask yourself, what do you really want? And we'll get there. So that's that for that size comparison. And we got the normal size comparison. CC pocket. Oh, look at that. It's almost as big. And it's definitely a little thinner. Awesome. Okay, current time. 11:39 p.m. That's Central Daylight Time in Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of any band scans, it's July 2025. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves Prunus radios from Chinaland. Ding, 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 ding. Chinaland. The only reason why I say China is that what do you call that guy from LC Signs? That's like a viral hero. And he always just, and he's like doing a Spanish accent. He says China instead of China. I love it. Anyway, funny guy. But there you go. This is it. And then that's it. So size comparison done. Let's go talk about features of the 329. You're probably wondering. Go zooming on down. And we'll get demoing and see what we can pick up. Now, yeah, it might get a little wonky here. If it does, I will put it on a different background. Okay, picking up the radio, like I said, it's actually lightweight. And it's, like I said, it's got a soapbox feel. It's very curvy. It's not soft plastic. It's all hard plastic, which is good. It's nice to see. I'm not a fan of the soft touch, and same as you guys, I'm sure. On the left-hand side, we have a micro SD card slot, which supports 32 gigabytes for your MP3 playback. You'll find this to be a really nice MP3 player, like I mentioned. And we'll go over that. And then we get the not soft plastics, but smooth plastics, we'll call it. Now, it doesn't have flat enough bottom, so it will not stand on Oh, what the freak? That's magic, because anywhere else I was trying to set this up earlier. Holy cow. Yeah, see, I guess my table slants back a little bit. So I can only do this. Hey, that's pretty funny. So it will stand on a level surface. Wow, I wouldn't know if I would chance it though. The Prunus has little feet on the bottom. This does not have any feet. So the Prunus, I think, just stands. Yeah, this not so much. But you get the idea. And of course, this has got a flat bottom, so stands even with it leaning back. Stands. Awesome. But there you go. So look in the front here, we got our LCD. We'll actually turn the radio on. Whoa, what a thing, right? So it's got a power button here. We'll just press and hold. Get to see what the screen looks like. I will turn down the volume for jamming away. Now it's got a really bright LCD light here. It's kind of hard to read. Darn it, that's going to be fun in the video. But yeah, you can see it's FM, our frequency, our battery status. There's no clock on this thing. You'll notice there's no decimal point. There's a reason why. This radio is a very interesting tuning radio. You'll see that. But then you long press off. So long press on, long press off for the power. That's its way of locking the radio out. It requires a long press. These actually, you can actually access these modes by bumping them. So it's kind of unfortunate there is no lockout on this radio. And same with these tuning and volume wheels. They are low profile, but they don't lock out either. Even though they are digital, you can't lock those out. So when you're carrying this, you gotta be careful carrying it. Just remember that. So yeah, you saw the display. It's got that white backlight. We'll get back to the display, but power on, like I said, long press on, long press off. Here we got some MP3 buttons. We have I'm gonna set this down. It'll be easier than shaking and moving around. We have a backtrack or rewind. Pause, play, also mutes the radio. So if you're in the radio mode, it mutes the audio. That's good to know. If you want to stop, instead of trying to fumble for the volume, you just hit pause and pauses the audio. And then here we have fast forward and track forward. We have dedicated MP3 mode button. So when you hit this button, it takes you right to MP3. There is no Bluetooth on this thing, so that's good. I don't need Bluetooth. I want an MP3 player. Bang. Got my MP3 player dedicated, which is nice. Nice to have your own dedicated MP3 player. Sure, you could use your phone, but doing something else is fun. It's like making a mixtape. You put together a little micro SD card the way you want it, put it in there, and off you go. Like here, I'll put a whole month's worth of OTR, old time radio shows, and rock and roll. And then when it's all used up, I switch it out. So yeah, that's how I've been using the other one. And you can use this as well. So that's why I mentioned it. But when you press this, it takes you to MP3. Now the cool thing about this is it remembers current track you're on and the position within that track. So if it's a 4-hour long MP3 and you're 2 hours in, you turn the radio off, turn it back on, it's going to remember where you were at. Awesome. You change it to the bands, it remembers 2 hours in. Yeah, that's pretty cool because to fast forward takes forever to get anywhere. So on long, big files, you will like that. So think dedicated FM button. Now you got two little buttons here. It says AM 10K, AM 9K. So yeah, if you want to do AM 10K, you hit that button. If you want to tune in AM at 9 kilohertz, you hit that one. It's that simple. You got dedicated AM band buttons at those steps. Weird that they did it that way, but interesting. Here we have a repeat function, which is for the MP3 player, of course. And it's repeat 1, over and over, repeat all, or repeat the folder. That's kind of nice. So you can structure your stuff by folders as well, and you can repeat folder. That's nice. And over here we have a sleep function. I thought that was a clock set, but no, just a sleep function. And it's very basic. I think it's like 240 minutes though, which is the first in a while I've seen something that high where it's 4 hours. So yeah, and then you got 120, and I believe like 90, 45, half hour, 15, and then off. So down here we have a 1.5 inch speaker, rocking. Right inside, we got the tuning wheel, volume control. Now, when you're tuning this thing, it is crazy, and we'll see that in a second. There is no incremental tuning. There is no presets. It's a digital radio with no presets and no incremental tuning. It's just fast. It's what it is. It's fast. Now, that's cool if you know where you want to go, and you just want to be there instantly. Use the tuning wheel. Boom, you're on the station. That's cool for people that want that. Some do, some don't. I mean, you can do the same thing with this. You can quickly get to the station you want with this. This one might be a little faster, actually. But the cool thing is, this has a digital readout to give you an idea where you're at. This, you have just the indicator to give you an idea where you're at. This is a little bit more accurate. So, something to think about. But it's weird how there's no presets. Anyway, top of the radio, we have our antenna, 14.5 inches. Yep. Woohoo. Rock and roll. Or 14 inches. Somebody that's really thin. You gotta be careful there. USB-C input to charge the radio. Now, you notice it's recessed, which is actually not a bad thing for the charging jack, but for the headphone jack, it could be an issue. Because I noticed my headphones barely fit. I plugged it in and only heard one channel. I'm like, what the heck? And then I found out it wasn't plugged in all the way because it recessed. You gotta make sure your headphone jack, or your headphone, and your headphones can fit that. But recessed. It's recessed just ever so slightly there, which is annoying. But there you go, charge jack, charge status indication, like it mentioned. Headphone experience, we'll go over that real quick. FM, expect weak lows, strong mids, strong highs. It is FM stereo, awesome, I'm a fan. MP3 stereo playback, awesome, I'm a fan. No hiss, awesome, I'm a fan. All right, rock and roll. AM, expect a low neutral tone, fantastic for AM listening. Gotta love it. And when you're in MP3, it changes a little bit. You got moderate lows, strong mids, strong highs. So your sounds better in MP3 mode than it does in FM. FM sounds kind of tinny, while in MP3 mode it sounds pretty much close to perfect. Love it. So, okay, let's go ahead and talk about FM reception report and demo this bad boy. So, FM reception report, I like to go over 5 things. Fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. This scored a good 3-star rating, which is awesome. Sensitivity found 60 stations, which is pretty good for this radio. Let me tell you, when you start seeing me tune it, you'll understand why. And then I give a selectivity okay to good, which is actually lower than the sensitivity. There's a reason why, too. It latches on strong stations and stays there. And then when you're like, okay, you got to tune back to try to find that station, it passed up. Be it faint station or whatever. And I had to do a lot of that. And that was annoying, so I give it a lower score in selectivity. You will see that. Okay to good is like an average, but not good. It should be better, but it's not. A daytime AM reception, it's good for locals and some semi-locals. It's the same thing. Where 670, you'll hear it all the way down to 640 and hear it all the way up to 700. And 720 is the same way. I don't know how we'll do it at night, but yeah. If the other stations next to it aren't strong enough, you don't hear them. So it's one of those things. So let's go ahead, turn it on. We'll demo some YouTube royalty-free music. Then we'll jump on the band, see what we can hear. Rock and roll. Okay, so MP3.
The sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
So fast forward is actually a muted affair, so you can't actually hear. You just gotta kind of guess where you gotta be. That's how fast it goes.
I don't know where to put the nickel. Well, I'll explain it to you later, Irma. Richard, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, just get the circulars out. I'm going down to headquarters and keep things moving. Oh, and keep spreading the word around. Colby for councilman.
All right, Richard. See you later. Jane. What, sweetie? Isn't there any way I can help in the election? No, honey. Electioneering is important work. It takes the toil of endless hours. Well, that's why I want to...
So you can get it fairly quiet. And it goes right to minimum volume.
Get it, will you, honey? I'm busy. Hello? Who is this?
So that's about, yeah, so just this right to that kind of low minimum there. Okay, well, there you go. So it gives you an idea. And like I said, you can pause it. And it was at 329, so you can turn the radio off. And you could go to different bands and turn it back on. And it'll remember where you were on that file, which is awesome.
You're early. April Fool is 10 days off. Oh, you're serious?
So there you go. Cool. So let's go to the AM band. So we're going to hit 10K. That's where I'm at. The bottom of the band. This tuning thing is the exact same as the FM. Now, I'm leaving the cards here because it actually makes the radio look how it's supposed to. Nice. Okay, so we're going to tune. Just some strong stations. Got a little bit of screen buzz. And even when the light goes out, it still buzzes.
He thinks he's worth is a million other restaurants he can go work at. And
did you see how fast that went? I barely budged it. It goes super fast. And yeah, you have to fidget with it to get to stop where you want. But just remember, you can zip up the band, zip up and down the band like really fast.
And I said to my mission to my kids is they've got to participate in life and they got to serve other people. And I don't care what you do in terms of the service. I don't care if you drive an Uber. I don't care. That's going to harm me in the long term. That's a word. It's not as...
Oops, going the wrong way.
You're not persuading me.
Right mix, specially formulated for your project. You are...
So that's 670.
Order mixes, online or in-store. And
so there's no chance of getting 650 if it was there.
Our weekly flyer on Menards.com. For more great deals happening now. Save big money at Menards.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr.
The Midwest Coalition of Labor. Tune in to the Workers' Mic Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock here on WGN Radio, powered by the National Coalition of Labor. We're a nonprofit.
So there's 720, even though it's on 700. You get the idea, right? So it's like a frequency counter DSP radio. It's really odd. It's an odd way of tuning it. The only cool thing about it is you can get to your station quickly. That's about it. If you're trying to do a band scan with it, forget it. It's not fun. Do not like it.
Hey, it's Steve Bertrand here for Window Nation. You know, you've been trying to stay cool this summer. It's not been easy, but your windows aren't keeping the AC in your house. Fight the heat wave with Window Nation with their InsideOutsideGuys.com for housing information, fee, and cool trust. Sponsored by Basement Plus.
Hi, I'm Steve Iverson with my wife Amy. We are the proud owners of Basement Plus. Over the last 20 years, we have become the experts in basement finishing and foundation repair.
If you have a wet basement, cracked or bowed foundation walls, or
business owner
level, we are the company for you.
Association and the Ad Council.
WBBM Chicago and WCFS FM at HD1 Elmwood Park, Chicago.
Always live. It's 58 after the hour. Traffic and weather together on the 8th with a recap of our roads. Here's Abby.
I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is...
Medishare.
That is right.
Yeah. So what was your experience like with Medishare and health?
Brand seamless, and what a blessing that is when you're already nervous about the expenses. There were
down 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month.
Public health information, especially to the 8 million Americans who live with lung disease.
On those products often skew the advice you receive. It's time to cut out the predators.
Okay, so I'm having a hard time figuring out where I'm at. because it's not matching up here.
World Service, where Aidan Tullis is telling the story of Ark of the Dry Land.
Forecast. Expect sharp political jabs and satire from this hour has 22 minutes. Heavy nostalgia and awkward teen years blowing into the east on entrance. The Warriors will play half of their home resort.
$1 free slot play. Stop by Rest Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
Your heart is true. You're a pal.
The informative theme is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together. And when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Washington, where President Trump's clawback package targeting foreign aid.
I think this is WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles to the east. Now, it is a sensitive radio. During the day, it does do pretty well. But again, this selectivity is ridiculous. Can't figure out where I'm at. You just got to go by ear. It's it, you know. It's not bad. It's a digital radio, so you'd expect it to be, when it lands on that frequency, you expect it to be that frequency. And a lot of times it is not, as you heard and saw. Whoops. Thought that was the volume.
No. Up next is a Votorama today.
So with fainter, weaker stations all jumbled together, it's actually more selective than if you got a strong station, then it messes everything up. Oops. That's how fast you can tune it. Let's get to FM.
Vice President J.D. Vance's vote to break the 50-50 to all the league pulled through the 50-50 tie. Democratic Senator Janine is not a strategic and thoughtful approach to how we need to evaluate.
Hello, welcome. My best friend, Mike Harmon.
Okay, that's it for AM. You get the idea, right? Okay, so look how fast this goes. Down at the bottom. Top of the band. That's how quick you can go. Top to bottom. So it is a good thing. But, you gotta know where you're going. Alright, cool. So let's hit FM. And we're gonna hook up a wire because I am in a downstairs in subfloor basement. Need a little extra boost. Now this wire is a Kato T1 wire. I'll put links in the description. Use it for shortwave FM. It does a pretty good job. And, you know, it just gets you a little reach. This takes me to my window. As if I was sitting it by the window. Alright. Let's see what we can find. So I'm going to bring it to the bottom, which only takes 2 seconds. Let's hear what we can hear. Tune it up. And then we'll do final thoughts. My likes and dislikes, wants, overall opinion. Good luck going slow with this.
With a humble and contrite heart. Lost another one, I am free.
The Phaeto was widely...
So it's hard to land on frequency.
Here's Will Grant, the Minister for Labour.
I am making every...
Social Security made the comments earlier this week at a session.
Take this down for what... True. Chapter 22, verse 3. No longer will there be a curse upon anything.
Are no beggars in Cuba.
There are people pretending to be beggars to make easy money, she said. The minister clearly misjudged the outrage and anger her comments would cause, and the extent to which they portrayed the country's leadership.
Okay? 93.9 Light FM with more music and more variety. Would you dance?
Actually doing pretty good. This is so hard to do. Those weather nerds. Hey, hey.
Place, but I never fall in love, baby, just in
Forget it. I'm not gonna try. It's so hard. Get it on the frequency.
They say the holy water's watered down.
We do see the consumer price index figures ticking up on both a month-over-month and year-over-year basis.
Okay, we're done. It's that simple. It's like, it's like, where are the presets? Please, where are the presets? This needs presets. Come on, it's digital radio. Should have it. Now, I understand why it doesn't, to make it simple, but you added all these buttons. It doesn't make it simple. It's like, God, this would be simple. If you want simple, this is simple. This sounds great, though, doesn't it? Oh, wow. Okay, so let's do my thoughts on this radio. Okay, hook this here. I guess I'll leave Iron Man, and it really makes the color stand how they're supposed to be. Yeah, I do that a lot of times. Okay, great. So, the 329, what do I like about it? Okay, well, it's comfortable to hold. I really like the rounded case. It's nice for the pocket. It's really good. I forgot to mention, this is funny at the end of the video, the headphone jack does become the antenna. Yes, it does. So when you put this in your pocket, you'll lower this antenna, headphones in, it's the antenna. Why did I forget to mention that? That's a big deal. So yeah, that is nice. So not only getting FM stereo, you got a radio that's actually a pocketable radio, except for the fact that you got these tuning knob and wheel knobs that don't lock out when you put them in your pocket. Needs a lockout button, but we'll get to that. I think that's one of my wants, of course. But anyway, likes. Speaker audio. Wow, the hammers. The hammers like this little dude hammers. This hammers. If you want a little micro radio that hammers for MP3 playback, this has FM, but it's this little wrist strap wire. It's not that great. But this is what you want. You want this bad boy right here for hammer time. This hammers too. So these hammer together. So if you're looking just for MP3 players, if you want real tiny, get the 328. If you just want a little bit bigger radio with FM AM, get that one. Just saying. But love the speaker. Fantastic. Headphone jack, it's good it has it. I love it on MP3. Love the stereo playback. Love the FM stereo playback. It's nice. It's just that it's pretty weak on the lows, unfortunately, on FM. But AM, it sounds great listening to like a game. You really hear what's going on. It's just your headphone jacks. It's got to fit the way they recess that pretty far down in there, unfortunately. But I do like the headphone jack. Glad they have that in there. Like the repeat functions, you got them. You know, better than not having them, right? Sleep function, nice thing to have. A lot of people want it on their radios. And you got a dedicated sleep function button, which I didn't show you, but I told you about it. So it's pretty basic. Very simple. Anything else I should mention? USB-C charging. That's no-brainer. I did mention the lanyard. There's the hook point for it in the back. I didn't mention, but the battery is a 700 milliamp hour dealio, and it's probably about 8 hours, 10 hours of runtime, right around there. It's not replaceable unless you can jimmy this thing open. I don't see any screws, so that'll be a fun one if you try to replace it. So people are industrious, go for it. But it's like this radio here. It's like kind of like a throwaway radio. When it's done, it's done. It's cheap enough. It's okay to me. That one's ran about 5 years straight, and I'm happy, and it still rocks. So, okay, so dislikes and wants. Presets. Ding-ding-ding. I've said that how many times? Incremental tuning. Like this could be incremental tuning right here. Come on. That would have been fantastic. You could have done that, right? And then like I don't know, like hold down FM and it scans and saves. That's fine. It could be simple. I just wish I had presets. Bass tuning, I liked a lot, and I also dislike it a lot. So it goes both ways. Better selectivity, as you saw, it was horrible. There's no lockout. It needs a lockout. So overall opinion, what do I vote? What do I give it? I give it a maybe. Believe it or not, maybe. It almost went to a do not recommend because it needs some polish. But the price is good, $15. It gets you a hammer time MP3 player with stereo playback, FM stereo radio, which I'm really a fan of. I just think it's fantastic. Quick tuning to get you where you want to be. Decent reception. It's pretty sensitive radio. It is. And it's good for all your local stations. So, yeah, it's one of those, and it's comfortable to hold, and I like the pocket's nice. So, those are reasons why it gets a maybe versus a downvote. So, maybe recommendation, if you like the feature set, it's a maybe, because to be honest with you, one of these two will serve you just as well. And to be honest with you, I'd recommend either of these two for what they do. If you need AM, FM radio, get the 555. If you just need an MP3 player, get the J-28. If you need both, you might check out the J-329. And it's one of those things. Just gotta see what you like. You can check out these reviews. I'll put them up in the iCard section. Awesome. There you are. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. 2, if you like Prunus radios, want to see more, subscribe to the bell icon, which you probably already have. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about the 329. You think it's something interesting? Frequency counting on a DSP? It doesn't really work. But if you like it, tell me. Let me know what you know. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.